Hey YouTube, Steve here from Vegas Westside Shooters, and tonight I'm doing a video on our new Marlin lever action rifle. It's a wood furniture lever action rifle chambered in the 444 Marlin cartridge, and it is wearing a Nikon 3 to 9 times variable scope. And I bought this used from our friend Brian, who was selling it to make room in his safe. And I just thought, wow, it's just a beautiful rifle. The checkering is really nice, very nicely done. It is the wood is in fantastic shape. The receiver is not marred in any way. Brian just really takes good care of his guns, and he needed to make room in his safe, and I needed a new rifle. Actually, I didn't really need a new rifle. I just wanted a new rifle. We have a lever action 44 Magnum Henry with iron sights with a 16-inch barrel, which it's a really nice, light, easy to handle lever gun. This is longer. This is a 22-inch barrel, and it's chambered in a bigger cartridge. But I really just fell in love with this rifle at first sight, so we went ahead and purchased it. And tomorrow we're going to take it out to the range, shoot it through a chronometer, shoot from the bench to test out the accuracy. And just wanted to show for a minute the cartridge that it uses. So this is the regular 44 Magnum round that we use in the Henry. This is an HSM Cowboy Action round, which uses a 240 grain bullet, and this is the same bullet or similar bullet that is used in the Marlin cartridge, but the 444 Marlin cartridge, as you can see here, is at least an inch longer than the 44 Magnum cartridge, propelling the same weight bullet, so you're going to get a heck of a lot more velocity out of this thing. In fact, you compare the 44 Magnum cartridge, it looks like a shrimp compared to this 444 Marlin. So I'm going to call this the Super Mega Ultra 44 Magnum, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a 44 Magnum with just more Magnum. So we're going to take this bad boy out to the range tomorrow and test it, shoot it through the chronometer, shoot it for accuracy off the bench, and we hope you'll stick with us. Okay, so we're out here at the range with the 444 Marlin, and first Luke is going to be shooting 3 rounds of the 240 grain Remington through the chronometer, and next we're going to be doing the 265 grain Hornady lever evolution. So starting with the Remington flat points. All right, range is hot. .2355. .2378. And 2349. All right, now we're going to be shooting the Hornady 265 grainers. Range is hot. 2270. 2296. And 2304. All right, and here's Luke's group. 5 shots with the Marlin 444. Pretty much any one of those 5 shots would have been a kill shot on that zombie elk or deer, whatever that is. But you got a pretty tight grouping from 100 yards with flat point ammo. This is nice glass, I'll tell you. Okay, range is hot. Yow! That's got quite the kick. Okay. saying 3 for 3 so far. Five for 5. All right. Well, I'll say this. It's got a hell of a kick, but it's extremely accurate. So you can see what happened with that 444 Marlin. This is the steel target. We had some pretty good hits on there, but the important thing is it hit it so hard it actually turned the target 45 degrees to the side. So that's some pretty good power out at 100 yards. This is 100 yards from where we were shooting. All right, we're back in the garage with the Marlin 444 after taking it to the range for the first time, and I gotta say this thing has a lot of horsepower. It is a very powerful rifle. It's a very powerful round. It's not as powerful as the 4570 government, but it is plenty powerful for whatever you need to do. These are some gigantic bullets. This is the Remington flat bullet, and this is the Hornady lever evolution. It's got a polymer tip so that in the tube magazine it doesn't hit the primer of the bullet in front of it and cause an ignition. So that's what that's designed for. And I did some quick calculations on these, and the 240 grain Remington bullet had an average velocity of around 2,360 feet per second coming out of that 22-inch barrel, which gave a muzzle energy of 2971 foot-pounds, which is a huge amount of muzzle energy. The 265 grain Hornady lever evolution came out at 2,290 feet per second, so it was a little smaller muzzle velocity, which makes sense because it's a heavier bullet, but giving an energy of 3,086 foot-pounds of energy. Now, I want to compare that to when I shot the 44 Magnum out of the, which is just a regular 240 grain 44 Magnum. I fired that out of the 16-inch barrel of the Henry lever action. It came out around 1370 foot per second, so around roughly 1,000 feet per second slower, and the muzzle energy of the 44 Magnum out of the 16-inch barrel was 1,054. So a third of the muzzle energy that's just astounding. I mean, this thing putting out 3,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy is pretty impressive. The downside is the kick. This rifle definitely kicks like a mule. It does have a butt pad, which is a hard rubber butt pad, but even wearing a heavy winter jacket and with that rubber butt pad, it still kicked pretty good. And in fact, the scope kicked back on the first shot. I wasn't prepared quite for the kick, and it kicked back and nicked me above the eye. So this is it's a plenty accurate rifle. I hit the steel 5 out of 5 times with no problem on my first time using this rifle. Luke shot a pretty reasonable group into that target of that mutant zombie elk thing from 100 yards using the lowest power magnification, and I got to attribute a lot of that to the Monarch 3:9 variable scope, which is a really beautiful scope. But I'm gonna have to say, overall, if you want to take this rifle hunting, I don't see how you would have any trouble taking down a bear, taking down an elk, certainly any kind of deer, through brush, through trees. I don't really think it would make a darn bit of difference. So this makes a great hunting rifle, a great brush gun. It's not super heavy. It's plenty accurate. It's has some recoil, but it's certainly manageable. And I guess got to say, we love our new Marlin 444. So as usual, Steve and Luke from Vegas Westside Shooters, we thank you for watching.